the street of TikTok. So
Correct
that is
you.
where that is where people are saying that why is he saying that he cannot recognize chairman? You see where the problem is lying? Because I agree, chairman is chairman or Tumba, whatever, but when you now see him with the voice, yeah, it could happen to anybody. So that is where
No, but wait, I think when he arrived and he started talking,
he said he didn't recognize it was the following day.
Okay.
That he died the number.
That don't get yourself involved in this mess. You keep digging into this. Don't get yourself involved. This topic here is baby shit. Don't get yourself involved in it.
No, Bossman, when you keep telling me don't get yourself involved in it, you are getting me involved in it. I know exactly what I'm doing. You're getting me involved. When you keep saying don't get yourself involved, you've explained it. And then you're saying don't get yourself involved. I'm not getting myself involved. I don't even know the story. You get it? I don't know the story. Now, if Gurexi has taken money and he has returned it, if not me, I'm not going to return I'm sure because that was money that was given.
Return, though.
No, I won't return it.
I will not return.
No, for what?
I will not.
We then return the Nkwobi and the that they track. You know, they had a good time, man. And somebody gave me a gift of 25. I won't return it. For what now? You know, so I just feel that
that's the problem.
Yeah, I won't return it. This was the I just
things done behind closed door. They brought it to social media.
Well,
it is not fair. They shouldn't.
I'm telling you the truth. I will return it. Yeah, Gurexi lives in Nigeria. Anybody that gives him money, he would appreciate it and use his money for, coming out and all of that. But what I'm saying is that happened between himself. It was a gift. I don't think that was necessary for him to return it. I just feel that they should move on from here. If you don't call Gurexi, I'm going to call Gurexi myself, Bossman. He's hurting. And I want people to understand that sometimes by proxy, you could find yourself in a platform where somebody is dragging somebody else. You know that, right? Sometimes you find yourself in that platform. It's not because you want to be there while they are dragging that person, but because you do, for the respect that you have for that host, right? You don't want to leave. I can decide to start dragging somebody right now. I'm sure Tommy, sent by Tommy, may not say anything. Love me more. You may not say anything. Bossman may not say anything because that's between me and that person. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. And because people see you here, they will feel like, oh, okay, you came to support Rine Whisper and all of that. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we all have our personal vendetta and it doesn't concern other people on my platform. And that doesn't mean I shouldn't bring people up. But please don't use it against these people that you see there and be like, oh, they were there when they were insulting me. They were there. They could be there. But does that mean that they agree with what I'm saying? No, please, let us stop this whole thing. It's becoming outrageous. It's becoming outrageous. Please, I beg of you. I came here to talk about, I said I was going to spend 1 hour. I came here to talk about the DNA, and we've been talking Justice for Mohbad DNA. We're still waiting for that DNA. Baba Mohbad is still waiting for the DNA. I know people will be like, oh, it's not. Listen, DNA is a family thing. It's the family is asking, that's their own thing. That's something that they're asking for. That's something Baba Mohbad is asking for. That's up to him to continue to ask for it and to get that result. Okay? So even when people say, oh, it's none of your business, it's none of people's business, of course it's not our business. But the truth is that if Baba Mohbad is asking for a DNA, that's between himself and Wumi. You understand? And I hope that Wumi is able to do it because of the way things have really, really gotten out of control, especially for her son. For her son, you understand? Because of tomorrow, So DNA is something that families ask. It has to do with the family, not outside. I came here to read the reason, but we didn't get the reason. But I from what we have read, I think options were given and they want them to come to a closure or a conclusion before the next hearing. I know the next hearing. I don't know the particular date, but I know the next hearing will be in August. But I pray that they're able to get to that point because people will be like, oh, the pressure is too much outside. And truly, the pressure is a lot. We're all asking, we're all listening. We're all looking forward to it. Want to know. For some people, that could be motive, like I've heard. For some people, it could be, okay, the truth is, Mohbad actually was angry because this was not his. You understand? But another thing is, it could be his. Let us have an open mind in this case. Let us have an open mind. It could be his. Just because somebody has refused to do something doesn't mean that, yes, that's it. It must be. It is. Oh, she's not doing it because. No, it's not that. But if it happens, let us wait patiently. If she wants to do it, she's going to do it. Not for anybody, but for her son. And I hope that Wumi is thinking in that light. Let me do it for my son. Between all of us, herself, her son, her family, and Aloba's family. You know, that's what I would think she would do it for. Not for the world, not for outsiders. You understand? But also the basis to which Baba Mohbad is asking for a DNA. I can tell you there are more than 3 bases. Okay? Those bases, Baba Mohbad has been talking about it. He has been talking about it. He has been talking about it. Maybe not personally to her, but now that I am happy that they're bringing them together and they're now handling it, I think at the family court, they're being able to, they've not reached a conclusion because I think they have options like they stated, which was not stated in the punch that was released. So I don't know if it's something that I have to be talking about, but they already have their options, whether they agree or disagree. I don't know how they're going to go about it before the next hearing. There must be a way they can communicate, right? Both lawyers will communicate and see how they can do it. And the person representing this case, in this case of the DNA, is Odumosu's daughter, right? What's her name now? She's the one handling it. Odumosu is the one handling the case for the DNA. So I know that, they would do what they can to represent the family, and also that at some point they will come together and have that agreement to do this peacefully. That's what matters, peacefully, so that because the chaos is just too much. I don't think you do something by force, by fire, by force, and get results like that. In this case, it's a very, very, very sensitive case because it's got to do with a minor. You understand? And I know that the court will have to go through the cause. Okay? They will have to follow the rules. But at the end of the day, now that they have given them the opportunity to come together and go through the options that they have to make a decision. They have to be willing to make a decision. So I don't know the mind of Wumi right now, where she stands with this. But I should think and hope that, let her just do what she has to do. Okay? And carry out this DNA and do it. You understand? And then Baba Mohbad also should do what he has to do on his own part. Because it still stands on the side of Wumi. Is still claiming she was married to Mohbad. Whether traditionally, I don't care. I believe she was married to Mohbad traditionally. You understand? She was married traditionally. And so she's, apart from the fact that Mohbad is gone now, I wouldn't say she's not a family. That's why they call it family. It's a family. Okay? It's something that they have to do. Even though we read what we read here and talk about the DNA, when it comes to the main thing of them carrying it out and the result and every other thing, it's the family. It's their business. At that point, it's their business. It's their privacy. It's their business. Okay? Ours is to support whatever comes from this and to support as we go throughout the process. Okay? So, yeah, I've been seeing people say DNA is a must. Well, I'm not going to put it like that. I'm only going to say this. I'm encouraging her, Wumi, to do the DNA for the sake of the child, not for anybody, not for anyone, not for me, not for any of us here. Let her do it for the sake of the child. Because if that child is going to bear the name Aloba, the last name Aloba, and keeps going, he will grow. Children don't stay babies forever. He will grow. He will even ask for a DNA. He might ask. Let us be realistic. We have young men everywhere now. Sometimes when they hear things like that, they be like, oh, really? Is my grandfather still alive? Is my grandmother still alive? I want to do this thing. They do it on their own, So there's a lot that is going on, and, a lot of fracas, a lot of hatred, a lot of anger, a lot of stuff just going on. So it's really clouding every other thing. So now people will be asking, what's the basis for the DNA? You understand? So please, let us keep our story where our story is. I'm repeating again, the court has said there are options that they expect the families to explore, and that they have to come to a conclusion before the next hearing. Let me allow somebody else talk. I've been talking. Love me more. I'll let you go because Bossman has been saying, let Love Me More say something. Okay?
Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity. There's something I saw on the internet, I think today, that what's her name now? I call her Black Widow. I don't mind. I can't call her that name. She's Black Widow to me. She came out to debunk something that was allegedly said that they are going to make Baba to sign, and she debunked it that her lawyer and Baba lawyer has not come. There's nothing like that. That she came out to debunk. And secondly,
what is that something, if you don't mind me asking? What is that something?
You know, there was this thing that came up with what was going on lately with this thing in Abuja, that there was an agreement which Baba did not even know, that they are going to force him to sign a document that when they do the DNA, it will not be made public. So she came out to debunk that her lawyer and Baba lawyer has never met, that there is nothing like that, that nobody should believe that. Black Widow came out to debunk that. It was on the social media. Then secondly, this DNA thing, I can remember Mama Mohbad even came out to say that when Mohbad was alive, that Mohbad actually asked for this, that it is Baba Mohbad that tend to say, no, we don't need it. So this DNA stuff, it is not today. I'm sure some of us will go and bring out that video that Mama Mohbad said that Mohbad actually did ask for a DNA at a point in time. Yes. And again, even when she went to the last coroner inquest, she said instead of doing the autopsy, that she preferred, Mama Mohbad said it, that she wants DNA. She said it. Mama Mohbad said it herself. So, and again, if there's this allegedly thing that it will not be known to public, if you ask me, with due respect,
I'm going to tell you, so that you don't go any further with that.
Yeah.
She's right. I don't know how to beat about the bush. When I hear something that is right, is right. She's right. There was nothing like that. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like that.
I knew she was right. So what I'm trying to say is, because at the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade. Black Widow brought her problem to the public. She started it, so she has to end whatever she wants to end with the public. She started it. They have.
I don't think she has any problem with the public.
Okay, except so. So if he goes that area, we not go agree, because
no, she shouldn't have any problem with the public. I don't think she has any problem with the public. Whatever she's handling right now, like I said, they're handling it in the court, right? They are doing it. Well, if I hear something and I know that thing I already asked, I know. It wasn't, sometimes people just take things out of context, right? They change it a bit. It wasn't like that. It wasn't said like that. What she said that, I'm not going to say exactly what was said, but I'm going to say it this way, that, when the result comes out, they shouldn't tell the public. That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
So she's right. That's not true.
For me, deep down me, I pray and I wish that baby should be from Mohbad. Honestly speaking.
Yeah,
I
so that
pray
at least,
and I wish.
Yeah.
One thing she doesn't know is, if that baby is from Mohbad, oh my God, she will see how the public, we will still ask for what killed Mohbad, but that love they have for Mohbad will be transferred to that boy. I
think for me, it's more of the protection, it's a baby, you understand? More of protection for the child, because, the question is out there and you cannot change that question anymore. You understand? The question is made public. You can't hide that anymore. If anything, even the child himself will want you, mom, just do this thing and let these people just know that I am from the Alobas. I am of the Aloba. I am, please get my name off everybody's mouth. Like, leave me alone.
Even if he's not,
yeah, exactly.
We'll still love the boy because he's an innocent child.
He is, actually.
We love him. He is an innocent child. He is a very handsome, innocent child. It doesn't bother for me. I don't want to know who is the father. He will still be loved. Yeah. He will still be loved. That does not mean that a mother cannot kill the husband. Husband cannot. Even in Europe, it does happen. It does happen. So she needs, I mean, like you said, for the child. Yeah. If she says she can do anything, protect the child with her last blood, this is what she should do. Yes. For the child, for the love she has for that child.
Every mother would love to protect their child. You understand? Every mother. I think one of the protection will come from proving people wrong or proving that family member wrong. That's one of the love that you can show and give your child. When somebody says, my child does not belong to my husband or the father, one of the love I will give to my child will prove to my, even if I'm very angry that you've said something like this, when you know very well that I've never done anything or sleep with somebody else or had an affair with somebody else, I'll be mad. I can punish you. And I would love not to even do it. Trust me. Because you have doubted my trust, my relationship with this person, my commitment with, you know what I mean? But if I look at my child that is going to grow up, that people are going to be asking, okay, they ask your mother, they ask your father to do this, or they ask somebody to do this, and you didn't do it to prove that that child belongs to this person. For that single reason, I would do it for my child, not for anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is not for,
that
this is not for anyone.
Baba closure. That at least the son left something for him. And that will make him live longer and happier too. It's both ways, to be honest. It's both ways. If that child comes out to be Mohbad, Baba will be very happy.
Oh, yeah.
The happiness will be both ways because he will be so happy that at least he's not lost 100%. He has somebody to look up to. You know, like he is always thinking that my son is going to bury me. He will be happy that at least there's someone else who is there to look after me when I'm old. So I pray she should think wisely. Both parties will benefit if that child is from Mohbad. And we, the public, will be happy too. It's a win-win for all. That is it. Honestly speaking, a lot of us wish that child should be from Mohbad. To be honest, a lot of the public wish that the child should be from Mohbad. That's what Black Widow doesn't understand. If she can read the minds of people, forget all this thing. It's just social media thing. A lot of people are just catching cruise. You know, they all wish that.
I wish it's not the way it is right now. You understand? In that aspect, you see, there are two different aspects. When you're talking about what happened to Mohbad in the house, that's a different aspect entirely. When you're talking about homicide, which you will call it a homicide because if you go through the route of the nurse came in and all of that, until others have proved or are proven guilty, they are still innocent, okay? Until proven guilty. And that's what we're doing right now, right? They're going through the process, they're going through the court. Hopefully we're able to get to that point and have closure. Now, it's a different ball game when it comes to the DNA too. It's a different thing entirely. So I'm saying, in order for the protection of a child, think about the child. It's already out there. If it wasn't in social media, if it wasn't out there, if people were not, then it would have been a different ball game. You get where I'm coming from? Now, regardless of what the outcome of that result will be, or the report, or whatever it will be, the outcome of this DNA, the child, unless we know who the father is, which we're not interested in who the father is, as long as it's Mohbad's. If it's Mohbad's, it's Mohbad's. You understand? And if it's not, it's still Mohbad's. That's how I would see it. It's still Mohbad's. Okay? Because the child also has no role, like he's not playing the child. I'm saying, I'm not talking about any other thing attached to this, whether motive or not. The child himself has nothing, totally nothing to do with this.
That's true.
So that child has to be taken care of regardless.
Yeah.
So, but for the child to have closure, even if that's not the father, that's closure for that child. That's the truth. For the child, I'm not looking at the mother. I'm not looking at Aloba himself. I'm not looking at anybody. I don't even want to hear the results. I wish the result would be Mohbad's. But even if it's not, I'm not interested. The child has to be protected and taken care of. That's what matters. I'm telling you, that's my mind for real. But people may not be, some people may not take it. Some people may not. The truth is, every child, there are people who have been adopted. There are people who have been, but the truth is, we know that that child is adopted, right? The family know that that child is adopted. But where you're saying that this child belongs to this person biologically, that's where the thing is. People want that, they want to know. But then at the same time, the family is the one asking. If it was the people asking and it's not the family, my sister, it would have been a done deal. Nobody should ask that question because it's got nothing to... No, you can't come and ask somebody to do a DNA. Because of what? If the family is not asking, we have no right as the public to ask for that DNA. So please, even when we're supporting whoever is asking, let us know how we are doing it. You understand? Let us support him enough to do what he has to do and support her enough to also do...
but my question is, assuming this thing happen in where we live, in the developed world, like Europe, America, Canada.
Yeah.
And the proper investigation was done. I think that will also be inclusive as a
It will be number one on the table. It's going to be number one. It's going to be among the things that they will do because they're not going to waive certain things, right? You know, sometimes when you say the truth the way it is, people get offended. Now, this is not about getting people offended or not. I'm entitled to my opinion, just like any other person is entitled to their opinion. Now, this is the thing, though. When something happens, you expect that people would report the incident. And I still go back to that day. Whether it's the nurse that came and injected or there was a mixture of whatever that went into his system. Now, we can't tell because the result came inconclusive, which is very funny to me, though, because you must be able to say something, at least the time of death. Even if you omit every other thing, you should be able to say a rat, a rodent that even died in the somewhere, because of the nature of where that rodent has passed or something. If you carry out an autopsy or a toxicology on that rodent, it should be able to tell you what he ate last, the things that, that is in the system of that rodent. You get where I'm coming from. For us to get to the point of inconclusive, that's why people are worried. Because a lot of us have been waiting for the autopsy. And we know that autopsy don't lie. It tells you story from the grave. You get it? And like you said, in Western world, they wait for it. Because it's going to be hard to say it's inconclusive when your body is not even burnt. Even when it's burnt, it tells you story.
1 year dead body.
Even 50 years.
Is inconclusive.
Yeah, even 50 years. So that's
with the bone.
Thing,
with the bone, they will not tell you it's inconclusive. So that is the problem.
With the bone, they should be able to tell you the story. A woman who had a child safe. You understand? And after 30 years, you understand? And they exhume that body. They will be able to tell you how old that woman is, approximately.
When she died.
She died. And also if she was pregnant before because of the cervix and all of that, or the pelvic or whatever. Yeah. They will be able to tell you. But, it is our country. We cannot continue to make excuses. When a system begins to fail, then there is a problem. There is a problem. And when you see problems like this, then what do you expect from this case?
That's it. Yeah. That is one of the reasons the public are actually blaming the government, the system, because if they have done what they need to do from day one, I don't think we'll be here.
Yeah.
Whether DNA or not, we will not be here.
Yeah.
Honestly, we won't be here.
Honestly.
We won't be here. We won't be here because this case is one of the simplest cases that the system will have dealt with. You have everybody in the house just to tell us what happened. Maybe they brought him in dead, or maybe, it's sad. It is really, really sad. It is sad.
Even if we have the DNA right now, But the autopsy we've not even done. Think about it. The autopsy could have told us a lot. We've not even done a private autopsy at this
That's
point.
why I'm calling all these shenanigans and distractions.
Yeah.
It's just this, but I keep on asking myself, why is it that whenever we have good results, instead of us celebrating, concentrating, knowing how to be a step higher, they take us 10 steps backwards with unnecessary distraction?
Yeah.
Each time, I keep on asking myself, why? And I keep on saying that we see there are a lot of moles in justice for Mohbad. I'm telling you, a lot of moles. A lot of moles. Yorùbá sọ pé kòkòrò tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́, inú ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà, whether we like it or not.
Yeah. Inú ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà, honestly.
Is the truth.
Yeah.
Kòkòrò tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́, inú ẹ̀fọ́, until we are able to detect that kòkòrò that is living in our midst.
And you know
it's
what?
Going to be tough because we have.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
We have everything in our hands, but because we have a very, very big mole within us that we are unable to detect. And I could tell you that we know them, or we can easily have that instinct, but because of some petty things, maybe they are our favorites, maybe I don't know how to place it, that we cannot. We have them, and it's so bad, so bad. And I just feel for
even with the mole, also let us look at reality. NMS said nothing was brought to the lab, and we're told that was where they carried out the test that they carried out. Who do we hold? How can we go about this? Who is going to be responsible for that? It's a lot of lies upon lies. And the question mark is why? Why? The result came inconclusive, and the place that we were told that they carried out this result, they never brought the thing there. They never brought the test. Testing never took place there. So why? Why though? Do you see why they're still pushing for certain things and saying motive? Why? Because if it came conclusive and it's like, okay, he reacted or they found this in his system and all of that, that doesn't mean that Baba Mohbad, or rather the family will not carry out their own private autopsy. I think at this point, when it comes to autopsy and toxicology, if you ask me, I think both parties should be asking for it. The other party in the house should be able to say, yes, let them do it. Yes, let them do it, because at least to prove our part that it was just an injection that they injected him. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Can I say something?
Go ahead, please.
You see, we are saying why America, our Emiloko, what happened to us? Is it not the same America? When everything was glaring, even when they say, yes, it is not from us. There is that name there, but this one is... What happened? Nothing. Nothing. That is Emiloko Oga at the top. So, what are we talking about? That is how bad our country is. But the thing is...
I think we're divided. We're divided to everything.
If it's not the most that we have, the people are more stronger than the governments.
True.
But because we have most in us, and that is why most times I'll write, or if I have a opportunity, I don't go to platform, I don't come up to talk. If only there are certain things we should say within, not social media. Even this little, how many people do you have? Up to 50, 30, they are streaming
31. Oh, really?
They are streaming. Of course, they are good in streaming. So there are certain things we don't have to say. We can only analyze things that are on ground, like something like punch.
Yeah.
Any idea we have, we should send it either to the host, so that the host will know whom to liaise with.
Yeah.
But no, these people that call themselves intellectual, they still come on the platform and tell the world what is to be done. What do you expect?
Because it's very complicated, though. Because even if you
That
know
is
some
it.
things, you don't want to say it out here. They'll be like, "Why are you not saying it? Why are you not saying it? Why don't you
Exactly.
say it?
On that
What
G,
is
they're
it?"
working on that G. They're working on that G. They're
G,
working on the G.
Why are you not
Do you
saying
think
it?
they were not surprised that they saw Baba? We saw Baba Mohbad on Sunday. Nothing like he
Yeah.
was going to be Berekete. By
Okay.
Monday, everybody saw him and they
Okay.
were all crying.
Okay.
Ooh. They
That's
started
right.
crying.
That's right. There are things
That
I
is
don't
how it
even
ought
know.
to be done.
Yeah.
That is how it ought to be done.
And you know
This
what?
man was
Now that
on
he has
live on
gone,
Sunday.
exactly. Now that he has gone, people will still think that, oh, there are people who knew about this. And probably they
Of
don't
course.
even know about it, you know?
That is
So,
it.
yeah. Sometimes it's not everything that you bring to social media. Well, the case is a complicated case. Not everything
Exactly.
that Wahab Shitu is going to be telling you right now, or San Shitu will tell
Still,
you.
they are not happy. They still went
know.
condemning some of them to say, oh, finally, he's been there. Oh, now we all no, they still went on criticizing him, dragging him. There's nothing they did not say. There is nothing they didn't say. So that is the problem. Even like even if you are my enemy, you say you do right, I will say yes. I don't talk to him about this one. He did right,
That's right.
and that is how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Say the right
Give
thing.
flower to whom
Yeah.
flower
Exactly.
deserve it.
Exactly. That's true, though. That's
That
true.
is how you that is how you should work, because
That's true.
I mean, like, nobody called anybody for this justice.